Sean McCartney, though I don't understand why we are releasing / trading King. It's a business, so I'll trust the system. Do we feel good about Sullivan at slot, though? No.
So, dope question, man. Dope scenario. Obviously, we picked up the cat that was on
Rush.
He was it Colts practice squad he was on? Where did we
he was drafted by Colts Chiefs practice squad.
That's what it was. Chiefs. Yeah, so we just picked him up. So, I guess I haven't deep dove into him. I know he had an
Dude, we liked him coming out.
But I'm saying like
he was a rookie this year.
But I'm saying in the sense of like going back and deep diving to contrast him versus Sullivan and company that we currently have in house. I'm not that fresh on him like that.
I think he's more of an outside guy. He's like man to man, almost like Trice and JPJ.
That's why I said I got to go back and watch him again.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Desmond King element of it, I was a little surprised by that. Obviously, I know that's one of the dudes that I wanted personally to get a more impactful role coming out the bye, even start that man in the slot position. But the Steelers chose otherwise. Now, I will say this, just to be respectful to both parties, professional on both sides, it's not always that the team just didn't want the guy here. We have seen sometimes with veterans that come here that, hey, if it's not what was communicated to them on the front end, or if they might not be liking how it's going, that they can also ask to be released.
Volunteers, not hostages.
Right. So before we, make a hard stance one way or the other, I just think that that's one of the things that we probably just, we're going to get some more information to come out around this thing, because I'm with you all. Releasing Desmond King based on some of the other names that were on the roster, not even trying to point fingers, but if we're being real about it, he isn't what we would view as the 52nd or 53rd guy on the active.
Even on the corners, Pierre, right. Sullivan.
So that's why I was like, it's multiple people that we could go down the list. I know everybody was, Gunner. It's like, that's not apples to apples, though, because they're two different positions. So you want to look specifically in that position group. And what you just said, it's like, no, you still have some options even there. So that's why, for me, I was like, let me just see if there's any other information that's going to come out around this day. And even when it was Melvin Ingram, remember, we were all shocked by that. But then a couple of days passed by and it was like, oh no, he actually wanted this. With Steven Olsen, it was like, dang, what we doing? A couple of days, it was like, oh, okay. He said he was going to take the pay cut. Got it. Okay. So with Desmond King, I'm just like, let's just see what transpires with this. Was it them just saying, look, we don't think you're a fit here, and we would much rather go with, Darius and get him in the system and go with the guys that we currently have.
Youth movement.
If that's what they were considering, cool. But at the same time, I could definitely understand them doing that as a reaction to him initially, just not vibing with it, because not everybody is going to have the patience to sit and be cool about it while the people in front of them are struggling and they have personally already have had success in that role, and they feel like they're capable of doing a better job right now in that role. I've been here with guys that have had that same complaint, and they verbalized it, and ultimately they were able to get their release or get moved on from. So it's like, we've seen it. For me, y'all know I took a different approach. I was like, all right, I'll chill here, wait for my opportunity, and then when I get it, I'll go. But everybody has just a different mindset.
You're basically responsible for how good TJ Watt is.
Stop it. Did not do that. Did not say that. TJ was TJ before. You ain't need nothing but me.
Take like 2% credit at least.
Nah, TJ need nothing but me, man. TJ was TJ,
you were the
bro.
Jedi Master. You
absolutely
trained him up.
not. No, TJ was TJ, bro. You ain't need nothing. TJ was like, yo, just throw the ball out there. He's gonna be fine. All right. I ain't got none of that. I'm just glad that I got this little story. I got my little on the front end. The first time we was in stadium, the first time he was in stadium, we got a story together. We locked in forever. And that's all I'm good for. That's all I needed. Other than that, bro, TJ is a rock star at all parts of life except cleaning the pool. And he know how I feel about that. Stay away from that pool water, man. You don't need to be falling no more pools, okay? None of that.
Yeah, never do that again.
But
I'm with you 100%. Those are the two options. It's either Desmond King wants out, and we know how Tomlin rolls, volunteers, not hostages, or the Steelers just looked at our cornerback room, and we liked everyone we had better than Desmond King at this stage of the game, and with some of our guys coming off of IR too, and maybe seeing Darius Rush, they liked him on their practice squad and wanted to get like a more athletic outside corner as opposed to Yeah, as opposed to focusing on the slot guy. Maybe they're going to configure like Pat P more in the slot, move the outside corners around. I was going to say,
if you think about it, how do you view our outside cornerback situation right now?
Not good.
And two of the main people we've considered moving are Patrick Peterson and Levi Wallace, who prior to the season starting were deemed as cornerback 1 and cornerback 2. So they very well could be just taking the approach of we need an outside guy more than we need a slot guy.
Could Rush be CB2 already?
That's the crazy part. That's why I was like, I need to go back and rewatch him to see, like, where are we at right now, man?
Here's the cool part. We liked him coming out and seeing some of his athletic measurables and his athletic stats and whatnot. You know, he ran a 4.3 some. He's got good size. Yeah. And so he was drafted before Corey Trice. I wonder where we had him on our board. But since we lost Corey Trice out for the season, I know technically us bringing in Rush is a 1-for-1 swap with Desmond King in a way. Mm-hmm. But he also could be considered Trice's replacement for the season as young athletic guy, rookie. Get him in the system. Who knows what happens down the line? Maybe he gets more and more snaps, has some impact. Who knows? Especially if Pat P and Levi Wallace keep playing like they are.
Yeah. I love the speed part, but you brought it up too, man. The size is real. 6'2" is what they have him listed as, I think it is.
2 bills.
So, it's a big dude, man. It's a big, fast dude. Levi's our big, fast guy, or supposed to be. Or a variation of it.
Chilling on practice squads. Well, this might have been a steal for us.
A lot of times that happens, though, man, because you got a young player. We gonna look at it as a steal because we're optimistic that he'll come here and ultimately play better than or more consistent than what we've been experiencing. But not everybody is as optimistic. Some people are a little bit more skeptical because we know corner is a very, very tough position to play. But you don't know what you don't know. So he's fast, he's big, physical. Get him out there, man. But the beautiful thing, I do love this practice squad system, even though it really wouldn't apply to him because he's a rookie. But that practice squad thing of being able to bring a dude over and it doesn't kill that roster spot right away while he gets a chance to get acclimated and stuff like that, I do like that.
So is he just chilling on our practice squad or is he on our active?
No, we signed him to our active, though, as a whole. We did. But with Desmond King, initially, he was to our practice before we bumped him up.
Who we axing coming up here then? With Deontay, McFarland, right?
It'd be somebody else soon. That's what I'm saying. There's multiple people that are available.
We know the obvious answer.
I mean, we'll all say Gunner. But let's be real about it. I could point to 3 other people ahead of it as well or make cases for them. And that's the part for the team.
Oh, now you got my interest. I need to hear.
Nah, because y'all just try to, all right, it's him. But it's like, I know y'all don't like Gunner, but I know why the team likes Gunner. And I get it.
Who's the 3?
Man, I'm not doing this with you, man.
Offense, defense.
I'm not doing this with you, man. But they are on both sides of the ball. I'm not doing this with you, but they're on both sides of the ball. It ain't, man, you can pull up your roster right now and you can start going position by position and start looking who's expendable or not. And then in contrast to who gets snaps that we want to get got.
I'll name 5 names. How about that? Gunner's one of them.
Okay, I'm listening.
Wait, who the hell is this guy? Oh, Godwin Iguk. He's gone. Continue. That's that Lions guy we just picked up a couple weeks ago. Uh-huh. I didn't even know he was still on this team. Well, he's been inactive. That's what it is? Right. Okay. So he's gone. For McFarland, that's an easy swap then. Gunner for Deontay would be the receiver swap. Okay. So that's another. That's 2 names. Mm-hmm. Dylan Cook.
Okay. How you feel about him?
He's buried on the depth chart. Fehoko.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Pat coming back?
Yeah. We didn't put him on IR though, right?
I was just asking, when's he coming back?
Rodney Williams.
We keep going.
He made that nice play, special teams. You were on him before anyone else.
Same way I be telling you about Gunner making nice plays with special teams. Y'all are the only ones Y'all are the only ones that ignore the plays that happen on special teams. And then
to your credit,
y'all be surprised.
You have other names here though, legit. Cook, Williams, Iguk.
You ain't even went to the other side of the ball though. Think about it.
Fehoko is the one.
Okay, now you're on the other side of the ball. Okay.
So King's gone. I'm just saying, we brought up Rush. Ooh. Are you thinking cornerback? Are you thinking
all I'm saying is you got
Sullivan?
Options. All I'm saying is you have options, bro. You have options. If we're being real about it.
That's 4 names at least.
Legitimate names. Not like, so that's what I mean by they're going to go through this thing and really
People just want Gunner going, man.
I get it because he fumbled. I get it. I told you can't put the ball on the ground. It don't matter what good you do. If you put the ball on the ground, you're forever a bad guy. I got you on that. And that's why I'm still a little bit surprised that he's been getting as many opportunities, because it's happened multiple times now. And you can't keep putting the ball on the ground. You just can't do it. But to act as if he's the only guy that's available to get released, I'm like, come on, man. Why are we trying to isolate Gunner like he's the worst player on his team? It is not the case, man.
That's what makes this Desmond King releasing, though,
Very
even more interesting,
right?
because outside of Calvin Austin, it's only Gunner in terms of return. Yeah. I guess Anthony McFarland, but he's not a punt return.
Right.
He's kick return.
But that's why for me, I'm just like,
we got him a cool Hardman trade in the works here.
I don't get like what was going on, and that's what made me think to myself, okay, maybe he was asking, did he get frustrated and say, yo, I've been here for a couple of weeks now. I see the guys that are in front of me playing. You gave me a handful of snaps in versus Baltimore. Like, I want more. I don't know if that was the case, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was.
Did Rush do any special teams? I know he was a former receiver. He switched to corner. So he's still even young at the position he's at. Yeah. Upside galore.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, we need another return man in here.
John Doe.
Because Austin gets hurt.
Yeah. So John Doe and Knight Rider brought up, his handful of snaps was one snap versus the Ravens. And John Doe is like, yo, King was mad slow on the field for the one play.
Tough angle.
I'm going to explain it to you like this, man. He looked like a guy who didn't know what was going on. And that's why he looked slow. That's why the play was able to gash. And ultimately, he really wasn't able to be a factor in terms of, making a tackle or even slowing him down. That's this defense, though. And that's why we always talk about the communication. It's like, if you're not on the same page, you might as well be fatigued or lazy, because it's all going to look the same, because you're not going to know what's going on. So you can't play to your full speed, your full potential. You watch him on that whole play. He's starting on the left side. The play is one thing, and he's locked in. He's good. Motion happens. Now it's communication. They flipping. And he is over there really like, all right, where am I supposed to be at? Ball snap. That thing hit, and it's your alley. You got to feel that thing, and But that's also a part of maybe why they weren't putting him out there at that time. And part of when we talk about JPJ and they say, is he ready or not ready? That's some of the stuff that we don't get to see, but that the team sees like in practice. So if they feel like, yo, man, this guy's still struggling on these concepts, even though it's still a basic cover one, the way that we pass and push certain things, it changes pre-snap, if it's static versus if it's motion. So we communicate differently than how, he probably did in Houston. But that's part of why you're a little bit, slower to put dudes out there, especially on the back end, because a mistake on the back end is a touchdown. You can make a mistake at linebacker, you can make a mistake in the D line, and you kind of get away with it because you got guys to help you. Safety mess up, corner mess up, it's a touchdown.